Alright guys, sorry for the crappy video quality, but I'm just doing this on the fly to help all my Lexus brothers. So this is a 98 Lexus ES300, and it's a pretty common thing on these cars, but the high pressure power steering line's leaking kind of badly. Now, I already have my new line right here, and basically I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I think up to 96 Lexus ES300 and the Camrys, the power steering line controls the hydraulic fan. But I believe so 97 and on, and especially 98, the fans are electrically controlled. So your power steering line pretty much goes from the pump down here. Sorry, it's kind of dark, but there's a power steering pump. It goes from there. It'll come up right here, and then it basically goes back down and it actually connects to another tube down there. Here, let me get a flashlight real quick. Okay, so we're back. As you can see, that's where the air fuel ratio sensor is, down there, and basically the power steering line goes about right there where I'm pointing the light at right now, and you basically need to open it from there. So unlike the older models, it doesn't wrap all the way around the engine. That being said though, this is still a very difficult job. So let me show you why. So basically, as you can see, this end, you're gonna actually need a 24mm socket or open wrench to get the other side open. But on the side where this connects to the pump, it has a 24mm bolt as well. And on top of that, I haven't removed that bolt yet. On top of that, this pressure switch connects to that 24mm bolt, and the pressure switch is 19mm. So to get the pressure switch off, I had to have basically a 3/8 socket that is 19mm. Had this wobbly extension, and then I used a really long 3/8 extension. And I used my 3/8 inch breaker bar to basically remove the pressure switch from that bolt, because I didn't want to risk breaking it from down there. Hope you guys can see that. It's kind of a tight fit, but you can follow that line. You'll see where it goes into the pump. And then to get the actual, loosen the bolt that holds the pressure line in, that goes on through here. It's a 24mm socket for the wobbly little extension, and I used a half inch ratchet because I don't have a half-inch breaker bar with me right now. And to get enough leverage, I actually had to use the handle on my jack to break that loose. So yeah, it's not too hard of a job, but without the right tools, you're not going to be able to do it. Alright, I'm really sorry about the crappy video quality, but I wasn't planning on recording this, so I just did this so I can give you guys some tips. You'll be ready. Just remember, the big nut is 24mm and the sensor nut is 19mm. Thank you guys. Alright guys, so I just kind of wanted to summarize, since the quality on the first part of this video was kind of crappy. It was kind of dark, and I was just changing the pipe. I didn't plan on making a video. But so basically, this is the end that goes into the fuel pump. There's actually a union bolt that goes through that, and then on top of that bolt there's a sensor. That's your steering pressure switch, power steering pressure switch or something like that. But basically that sensor is 19mm. The bolt that goes through here is 24mm. But unfortunately, on this side where this goes into the fuel pump, I mean the power steering pump, there's no way to really get any sort of wrench on there. So you basically have to use a socket, with a deep socket with like one of those wobbly extensions, a bunch of extensions, and either a breaker bar or a really half-inch ratchet with the pipe on it. And then on the other end, this is where you have to get under the car. On this side, this nut thing is just 24mm as well. And then this connects to the pressure line that goes into the gear. and the flange nut on that pressure line is 17 millimeters. So to basically open that, you have to use one of these. If you don't have a 24 millimeter wrench, a combination wrench, I didn't, so use one of these box wrenches or whatever they're called, and I used a 17 millimeter combination wrench. But the thing is, the line that goes to the gear that connects to that is actually also clamped onto the return line. So you have to use this to rotate this whole nut a little bit so you could get this wrench on it. And basically, don't forget that there's an O-ring that goes on the line that goes into here. Don't forget to change that. So that's pretty much wrapping it up. Oh yeah, so basically where these hoses tend to leak, and not on Lexus and Toyotas, but on pretty much any car that uses a pressure line like this, they basically tend to leak where the rubber connects to the metal. So this one was leaking pretty badly right here. It wasn't shooting out any fluid, but it was leaking when I was making a U-turn or any turns. So yeah guys, good luck. It's kind of a hard job, but if you have time and patience on your hand, you will be fine as long as you have the right tools. Alright.